Guys, I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore, guys. I really just can't. I just can't take this anymore. Oh my gosh. They lost to a team yet again for the second time, by the way, this month. They've lost to a team. We're in December, by the way. Most teams have 10 wins by the Thanksgiving break. And this team? Nashville, that is? Nope. And they lost to that team. The second time the Rangers lost to a team that has not reached the 10 win mark in December. Chicago, Nashville. And this is even funnier because they got shut out. They got shut out. Guys, I can't even be bothered anymore. I can't even do this anymore. I genuinely just can't take it. I don't know what you guys want me to do anymore. And this is even funnier too. Pittsburgh passed them. Remember when we laughed at Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh passed them. Holy shit. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. I really don't know whether to laugh or cry right now. I'm like crying and laughing right now at the same time. I genuinely don't know how to feel. Will we win another game this year? Probably not, because the funny part is, this was the easy part of the schedule. Need I remind you, this was considered the easy part. Playing the Nashvilles of the world. Playing the Chicagos of the world. The Seattles of the world. Buffalo, which they barely beat them. St. Louis, this was the easy part. Now they got to play Carolina, Dallas before them. Sorry, Dallas, Carolina, New Jersey, both Florida teams. Boston, Washington, Chicago again, who I can't even say is easy because they beat the Rangers. Dallas again, New Jersey, Vegas, Colorado, Utah. Get ready to learn last place in these, buddy, because there's just no way in hell that this team is going to win a single game, maybe like one or two. Maybe one or two. Show my face. I'm done with the paper bag. I was about to be done with it anyway. I think I went long enough with that. They are not going to, they're not winning. They're not winning a game probably the remainder calendar year of 2024. Guys, there's a better chance, I would argue right now, that the New York Giants win a game in 2024 before the New York Rangers win a game. And that's not an exaggeration. The Giants play the Atlanta Falcons. That's a team they could probably beat. And I know the Giants are terrible, but shit versus poop? Like, who cares? Oh, wow. Oh, man. They're terrible. I don't know. I already, like, went in on them enough in yesterday's video, which I did not expect that video to bang as much as it did. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I did not expect 4,000 views. I almost said 400. 4K views. You guys are amazing for that. Guys, I gotta say something right now. I'm gonna be honest here. Sunday's game, I'm not bothering. I'll either get someone to fill in, or I'm going to DVR the game, watch it later, and do a post game later. I'm sorry, I'm not doing this. I'm not watching the game live. I'm not watching live at all. I would much rather spend my Sunday watching football than watching this team. I'm sorry, but that's where I'm at right now. I'm not bothering. And I hate to let you guys down in that regard. And I really hate to, not be here and stuff, even though the Rangers don't feel the same. But I've been doing every game for consecutively now for 3 seasons, right? 3 we're at. I've been doing every game for 3 to 4 seasons consecutively. I'm sorry. I'm going to get somebody to sub in, or I'll do a late post game. I don't have it in me to watch this team on Sunday. I'd much rather watch football, enjoy my Sunday, and be done with that. Because I will be way happier watching that over this team. Yeah, maybe I'll get Matt to sub in. Maybe I'll do a couple. Maybe I'll have a couple of different people sub in for me. I don't know. But all I know is that I'm not covering this on Sunday. Like from on a live standpoint. There's really no reason to. I'm going in circles. I'm going insane at this point. It's the same thing being said every night. You guys want your deep dive of the game tonight? I'll give you your deep dive of the game tonight. Not even that it's going to be a deep dive, but I'll give you your recap, if you will, since that's what you guys are here for, right? These are it's reactions, but it's supposed to be a recap too. Here's your recap. Will Cooley, the only one showing a set of testicles on this team yet again. The veterans looking like wolf shit yet again. Mika Zibanejad not hustling on the back check on the first goal. Chad Ruedel doesn't know how to play the sport, just stick checking the world. Odd man rush against. They're up to, I think, 60 odd man rushes. It was something like that Valley said since this stretch of games has started, by the way. And that's like a 13-14 game sample size, 60 rushes against. Do you know how bad you have to be doing that? But nonetheless, that's where we're at. And that's what happened on the first goal. The second goal, Riley Smith, tired of hearing this guy getting a pass. The guy's jock is now hanging in Bridgestone Arena because he got walked by some guy I've never heard of in my life. Did anybody know who Willsby was before tonight's game? I sure as hell didn't. But he's put Riley Smith to another planet. He blows. I'm so tired of Riley Smith getting a pass. He's not the problem, but he still fucking blows. And they traded a second and a fifth for this guy when Pittsburgh willingly gave this guy up. And, oh, this too. Roman Yossi wasn't even playing. Look at the Nashville Predators blue line. Look at the names on that blue line. Let's pull up what they tried out there tonight. Let's pull it up. I challenge you guys. Tell me honestly. Brady Shea, we've all heard of him. Nick Blankenberg. Who? Mark Del Giazzo? Who? Luke Shen, you heard of him. And then this is their third pair. Kevin Gravel and Adam Wilsby. That team just beat you. Shut you out. Their power play was garbage. I mean, both teams, but I felt like, I kid you not, I felt like I was watching that game on slow motion with the way both teams were not able to move the puck, the lack of speed with both teams. They lost to that defensive corps in Nashville. And their forward group, I mean, Colton Sissons was getting quality looks. This garbage play is starting to bleed into some of the younger guys, though, too, because Braden Schneider and Zach Jones, woof. Did they win a one-on-one battle tonight? Zach Jones, I've never seen a guy get, like, just pinch that much and be lost that much. He's been caught pinching way too much. And that first line, too. Oh, my gosh. Outside of Will Cooley, Kakko not hitting wide open nets. Eurovakinainen, sorry that you're here. He didn't play great either. The best line was what? Maybe the fourth line, and they weren't even good? Yeah, and this is it. Braden Schneider, no puck handling skills. None at all. Not 1 ounce of them. Yeah, no shit, guy. Here we go. From Brendan Azoff, friend of the show. They went from 12-4-1 to 15-15-1. Below 500 in a cup or bust season, ladies and gents, and it's December. It's not like it's October where it's like, they'll just the start of the season now. That's where we're at. I'm going absolutely insane right now. Going ballistic right now. Sorry, I'm just getting a group chat on Twitter lined up here because I'm going to be bringing in some guests because I could tell you right now. I don't know who's going to show up from who I'm sending the link, but I need assistance here getting through this one. That's where we're at right now. Because I'm out of words, and I'm sure no one else that I'm inviting has words, but I sure as hell don't have any words. Schneider's been terrible for quite a bit, honestly. He started playing better towards the end of last year, but the guy was pissing me off last year, too. I feel bad for myself, CH. I feel terrible for myself. But I appreciate that at least somebody has some sympathy for me. Because Nico in my group chat too, he'll just text me. He's just like, I gotta give you credit. I don't know how you're still doing this shit. I don't know how I am either. Because I want to just like punch a hole in the wall, in a wall so badly. I just want to throw shit. No to Messier. Stop. Stop with the Messier stuff. Let it go. Fans should start chanting refunds at home games for the rest of the season. No offense, but you have to be a dumbass to go to games at this rate. Unless you bought tickets in advance, sure. But you have to be a dumbass to buy tickets for these games right now.
Man. Where do we start, by the way?
There's nowhere to start or like build on from this. It's I mean, we've been saying this shit since last year. It's like what is there to say?
You know, it's funny because they told us before the year, cup contender.
We learned from Florida.
They won the President's Trophy last year. Surely that replicates to the new season. Yeah, I don't think so. Listen, we won't get our apologies for calling this stuff out, but I hope all the people that called us dumb, stupid, we don't know what we're talking about, you're being negative just to be negative. I hope these people are enjoying this run of results. I really hope they are because they deserve this. They deserve this because they are so positive that for some reason they just it hurts them physically to criticize the team for whatever reason, even though none of these players, none of the guys in the front office, James Dolan, none of these guys give a shit about the fans. They don't. They
Nope.
come here, they get paid, they play, and they go home to their families. And yet people defend some of these guys till the end for what? For nothing.
Parasocial relationships.
For
Someone
nothing.
has to say it.
It's it's true, and it's the biggest. And I've said this many times, like in the group chat on here. It's the biggest modern day problem with sports fans. They are so attached emotionally to players. When one, we're gonna be here long before when like first of all, we've been here long before the players have been here, and we're gonna be here long after supporting this team after these
Like Donnie
players
Puck
go.
said.
What happened?
Like Donnie Puck said in his Evan Neal rant.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So there was no reason. Like, if you were just not a homer and you actually took the results for what they were and watched the actual games, like you would know, like, yeah, this team had so many more flaws, and you could tell, like, because people were saying like after they beat Pittsburgh 6-0 on opening night, oh look, they are good, they are good, they are good. Look what they just did against Pittsburgh. One, it's fucking Pittsburgh, and I can't even say that anymore because, like you said, they passed us in the standings, so they're better than us.
Dude, could you imagine they lost one of those games against Detroit? They'd be below Detroit right now.
And the biggest,
They'd be below the Islanders right
yeah,
now. Like,
I mean, they're only what? They're only 3 points off of Columbus for last place.
yeah.
They Yeah, 3 points.
No,
That's it.
no, sorry, two.
2 points.
They would be, if they lost to Detroit, they'd be tied with Columbus in points, below the Islanders and the Red Wings as well. And if they, I mean, if we're really gonna like really scrape at the barrel here, the game against Montreal too, they really should have lost that game. I mean, if they lose that and won against Detroit, they're sitting with Buffalo right now at the bottom of the East. And this is why you can't react off of cold results. We saw them winning these games. It was great, but sustainability matters. And like you said, fans are going to have to get over it. I'm sorry, Chris Kreider. Sorry you want to break records here. No, he's got to go.
And oh, you can read the comment.
I was just gonna say, I'm so sorry for you on that one, and I need to get to the $2. Thank you, Dr. Sex. Thanks for showing up day in and day out. Disgraceful. I appreciate the $2, really do. Without someone like you, I wouldn't be doing these because you guys continue to give me the support every night. So it's the only reason I'm doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
And watching these games because I do it for you guys because I appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly, Kaylee. It's a business. It's a business. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, the only reason why these players get paid the amount of money they do is because the fans actually show up, watch the games, buy tickets. It's the only reason. So people need to get over this fascination of glorifying these players when, first of all, none of these players have won anything or have done anything for this franchise. We're not kicking out Mark Messier. We're not kicking out Adam Graves. We're not kicking out Brian Leach. And first of all, the Rangers back then traded Brian Leach on his fucking birthday.
They bought out Henrik Lundqvist.
Bought out Henrik Lundqvist.
Just stop this bullshit about Chris Kreider. He almost got traded at the deadline in 2020.
And they should have traded him.
They should have.
One of the biggest mistakes looking back on this so-called rebuild was not trading off and I don't know why. They traded Brady Shea at that fucking deadline. So I don't know what the hesitancy was for not trading Kreider. Because they probably would have gotten a very nice haul for Kreider at that time too. Depending on who was interested in. I think maybe the Leafs were interested in him. But
And this is the excuse. That their boss is a meanie pants. They're acting like they're fucking 5 years old. They're acting like 5-year-olds who are getting put in timeout by their parents because they're being bad, and then they're continuing to do bad shit. because they aren't getting their way. Because they didn't get the toy they wanted in the toy store. They blew a hissy fit, started knocking shit off the shelf, and they got put in timeout. And then they're continuing to do bad shit. They're acting like they're fucking 5. The report that pissed me off the most tonight, and I'm sorry, I just have to read this before I forget it. Emily Kaplan saying that Chris Drury has the support of James Dolan and that Drury is expected to continue searching for a trade to shake things up. I can tell you right now, there's no reason to give a single fuck about this franchise if Drury's going to stay here and the shakeup is just moving Capo Caco. There's no point. And that's why I said last post game, I'm not doing these next year. I'm not, because if this is the shit it's going to be, then forget it. It's a daycare center. The inmates running the asylum, whatever saying you want to use, that's what it is with this franchise. And it's not worth it anymore. I don't care. I'm over it. And great, Chris Kreider is a playoff performer. You're not making the playoffs anymore. This group is done. He might not be here the next time they make the playoffs. Who cares? You have to get there. They're not getting there.
You know what? The worst thing you can be as a professional sports team in professional sports is a team with no direction. Yep. And this team has reached that point, because when they traded Trouba, we were like, cool. You got rid of one of the biggest cancers in the locker room. Now do the right thing. Rebuild, or not even fully rebuild, but retool. Trade off Igor. Trade off other pieces on expiring deals like Kako, Riley Smith. Recoup assets. Go whatever you can do at the draft, because you'll probably have a high draft pick, because I mean even then, now they're gonna have a high draft pick anyway, because there's no fucking chance in hell they're making the playoffs. But in that alternate universe, you recoup assets, you see what you can do at the draft, see what type of young guys you could pick up, and then go from there. Try to sign a couple, lower tier free agents who you could possibly flip again on next year's trade deadline, because if they were going to do a retool, it was going to be a 2 to 3 year thing anyway. So it was going to take a couple years to get back to eventual cup contender status. And like we mentioned time and time again, that Igor extension, the timing of it just made absolutely no fucking sense. And it's getting worse day by day by day. That decision looks, I mean, it's going to get up there like not trading for Gensel was bad, but this is going to blow not trading for Gensel out of the water, because it put him in a place where they have no direction, because it's like, okay, you trade Trouba, you extend Igor, now you have to go for it. Well, I'm sorry. How are you supposed to go for it when you have when your number one center is Mika Zibanejad?
And the signs were pointing towards a rebuild either way. And this is it. The direction they have is going down, and they gave the goalie an 8-year deal. And nobody's blaming Igor. We're saying that it's stupid to give Igor an extension instead of moving him, when right now they're not headed in the direction to win a cup. Yeah, it's beyond that at this point. And again, I think Igor's been average this season at best, but I could tell you right now that it's not even about that right now. It's the fact that it put them in a spot where now they are obligated to go all in, when that's not the direction they should be heading.